Peace, love, light, and King Noble Black Supremacy. Just want to give homage to King Noble. All praises to King Noble, and big thank you and shout out to the subscribers and those who view my content. Really appreciate the love and support from you guys. I don't really have a set topic on what I'm gonna go in about, so it's gonna be kind of free flowing, sorta. I mean, I did write notes in advance, but y'all know how I get down. Just I question myself and answer the questions. So it's a whole big interview every video. That's how I've been doing my content. It's been working for me. So, what you make love to. I already expressed that in one of my videos, so I don't have to go in about that. I wanted to, before I get too deep in, I want to talk about my old videos and also my new ones. Has there anything that you've taken specific advice on by any of my content and it's failed or it's been a success? If you could please include that information in the comments, or email me, hit me up, let me know. I would like to know if any of the content has worked out for you. So that way, I can come out a lot stronger. I need to know if anybody is taking heed to what I'm saying, and I want to know whether it works or does not work. I know that everything I suggest, I have tried, myself. Sometimes I will falter or waver with certain things because I have to get more in alignment with that. It's new to me. It's kind of foreign, so I have to continue to familiarize myself with it in order for it to be kind of more permanent, kind of more long term. But yeah, I want to hear from you guys uh, in regards to my old videos, in regards to the videos, the more recent ones. Have I helped you in some way, or have I made it worse in some way? Please let me know in the comments. Okay, so your old program manifest gossip. I used to be really bad at this, and you can tell from my old videos to the videos I do now. I've been being more militant with King Noble Black Supremacy and really tapping into that divine source of energy by any means necessary. My external environment was where I initially was inspired to go even harder with absorbing King Noble Black Supremacy and the path of King Noble Black Supremacy. So I got my little shove. It's almost like if you watch my other channel, I talk about how I was prone to sickness. So I actually had to change my diet to vegan in order to actually be in the fountain of health. And that's similar to what I had to do with tapping more militant into King Noble Black Supremacy. I won't go into details of that, but I felt the energy and the necessity of being more hardcore on the path and fighting hard as ever in the path. And what I will also say is that it was an expose of the Matrix, because the detachment from the Matrix is one of the most important things of King Noble Black Supremacy. If there's a little bit of you that is indulgent in that Matrix, whether mentally or physically, and there's several ways you can do that, you can get back into the Matrix just like that by the snap of the fingers. That's how easy you can get back into the Matrix. So pretty much whatever it was I had went through, I could have easily got sucked back in there. I'm like, so it made me want to fight harder to stay the hell out and stay on board with King Noble Black Supremacy. So I will say that. No need to go into details of how that came about, but I will say that. Okay. Let's see. Your concentrated program creates a more meaningful process, and that's when you create a secure mental cleansing, a secure mental hygiene, which I also talk about. Go watch my last few videos or so until you find it. I talk about having hygiene daily and several times a day, so that way you stay on accord with your goals and what you want to manifest. Build better content through feedback. I talked about that. Make sure you hit the comments or email me. And for some reason I don't respond, just let me know in the comments. You send me email and we can build. You know, we definitely can build. Selfless and natural. Definitely went over that. Yep. How, yeah, I already talked about that. Again, go watch my other videos. Selflessness taps into the subconscious. Absolutely. Both natural processes. I'm a busy woman. Okay. So, I don't even know where I was at, but I know we were talking about a concentrated program creates a meaningful process. That's true, because you want to make sure that your mental hygiene is in tip-top shape. So you're doing everything that you can on a day-to-day basis, several times a day, to make sure that your mind is in alignment with your goals and your desires and your manifestations. Okay. Build to make better content through feedback. Yeah, we went over that. Selfless and natural, went over that. Selflessness taps into subconscious, went over that. Example of selfless and natural essence, talked about that. Saying no to your environment raping you of divine energy source. Yeah, we talked about that. Actually, I just gave y'all an example of how I had to become even more militant with King Noble Black Supremacy. I was inspired to push myself even further because the Matrix was trying to grab my spirit and pull me mentally back into the Matrix, to reactivate the white man, the white woman, and the white child within me. So we always have to make sure that we are conditioning our minds to Black divinity constantly at all times. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It's got to be a consistent thing. Just like dirt might get on your skin. If you don't want the dirt to get on your skin, you got to wash. You know, you got to wash it off your skin. That's, that's what it is. Okay. Let's see. What else is in there? Examples of energy rape. We talked about that a lot. Don't forget to write. We talked about that. Writing works with concentrated meditation. Yep. The temptation of being in the seat of observer during divine thought just diminishes when you utilize writing more. Yep, I talked about that. Writing is used for a strength of infinite creativity. Absolutely. Your ancestors alert you through writing. Yeah, because it's almost like a prayer or talking to them, a form of talking to them. They understand frequency and energy a little bit better than they understand writing, but they know and they deal with what we have to deal with. You're never alone. Have videos helped you? I talked about that. Make sure you comment below the video. Writing goals and being realistic. Yeah, so we all have our off days. We have days where we're really strong and on point. We have days where we just want to relax. Keeping a list of your goals and making a point to achieve something every day, even if it's the smallest thing, that's great. And keeping your goals in sight, and when it arises, addressing it, that's great. And then when you get to the moment where you fired up and you ready to address it, you can do that too. You're never in lack. That also falls in alignment with mental conditioning and healthy mental hygiene. Throwing in the ethers, trusting the process of that. Why do you trust the process? I talked about that. So I guess I talked about a lot of this stuff in the videos, but I guess it needed to be touched on again. Because if it if I said all that I needed to say, I wouldn't be redirected to this. So nothing is by mistake or accident. All is divine order. Further dissolve your insecurity through devotion. I talked about that. Proper devotion is secure and confident. And then trust universal happenings. Yep, I talked about that. So I have pretty much 2 pages of notes. I'm almost a billion% solid that I'm actually be able to get through all of it, which is great. That'll be 4 videos for today. My whole main focus is sorry, I got the baby in my arms. Being able to get the information I need out. I don't intentionally put out a gazillion videos. That's not my focus. My focus is actually getting the message out and it reaching people who resonate and who's ready to get to work, who's able to be on the frequency I'm on, and who's able to connect to the information that I am talking about. Okay. Is division amongst the conscious goers good? We have to create our own culture and be solid within that. We have a history of wearing our clothes a certain way, talking a certain way, certain responses on our face, and much more. We have a habit of doing that, and that in itself is a cry out to create our own reality. We just haven't fully stepped into that divinity. But within the conscious community, we have our own potentially unique ideas. And King Noble Black Supremacy, we focus on what we're doing and we pull spirits and souls that resonate with us. So we can't be too much involved with what other people are necessarily doing. As long as you are getting rid of your Caucasian mind, the Caucasian man, the Caucasian woman, the Caucasian child, you getting rid of that. It's great to develop cultures. Stop being scared of the word cult. Black people who are scared of the word cult reminds me of the black people back in the day who did not run from slavery, who stayed stagnant, who stayed there and did nothing. It was the radicals, it was the revolutionaries, it was the unorthodox who were able to free themselves. So we have to step out of that fear, you know. So moving forth, feeling inclined to say I need to strengthen due to moments of insecurity. Man, staying in the observer seat. I have a habit. All right, back to what we were talking about. So so we need to embrace that which is outside of white supremacy and getting rid of our Caucasian mind. So we can't always look into somebody's mind and know for sure that it's not white supremacy. But we know that as King Noble Black supremacists, we encourage and push to get rid of the white Caucasian mind. Make sure you check out my playlist and make sure that you're constantly watching the information so you can get rid of your Caucasian mind today. That's what the information is there for. Okay. Embracing revolutionary thoughts. And then I said feeling inclined to say what I need to strengthen due to moments of insecurity. I don't know if I dove deep enough with that. I have moments of insecurity that I feel like I need to be in the observer seat more. I need to make myself in the observer seat more. I have moments of insecurity. Like, I'm typically secure, but I do have moments of insecurity because of me being an empath, and sometimes I give into that, and sometimes you could probably see it in my videos. But I just wanted to address that to myself, to make sure that I sit my ass down and make note of when I'm supposed to be in the observer seat, and that's definitely when I'm supposed to be in the observer seat, because that is a distraction from my path and my ascension and my black divinity. Embracing revolutionary thought, we touched on that, getting rid of the Caucasian mind. When groups say their way is the way, is that okay? If it's okay for Baptists to say, if you don't follow us, you're going to hell. If it's okay for apostolic say, if you don't do exactly the way we tell you to do and you're not apostolic and baptized in the name of Jesus, you're going to hell. Embracing different cultures of black, as long as it's not under the Caucasian mind, leave it alone. Leave it alone. The only thing we can do is recruit our own and take our own souls that are meant for King Noble Black Supremacy, period. But there are different cultures in Africa, and quite frankly, set aside from King Noble Black Supremacy, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that. But as a King Noble Black Supremacist, I am focused on other King Noble Black Supremacists and making sure they stay focused on what needs to happen. The importance of confidence, their way is the way. That's how serious you have to be when it comes to King Noble Black Supremacy. As serious as Baptists are at being Baptists, as serious as apostolics are at being apostolic, feeling, knowing, breathing, walking, and knowing that it's the path, it's the way. That's what every King Noble Black Supremacist should move, period. There's no excuse to not do that. So they are an example of how hard we need to bang on our reality and creating our reality, our divine black reality. King Noble says, lose your mind and find King Noble Black Supremacy. That's what the playlists are for. You're welcome. What letting it all go means. What letting it all go means that you've totally submitted to King Noble Black Supremacy, meaning that qualities that you actually liked about yourself, qualities that you hated about yourself, you've allowed it to all go, and you are prepared to walk in darkness for the sake of black divinity. You've allowed yourself to be a sacrifice for the sake of your people and walking in divinity, even if you may not necessarily completely wrap your mind around it. You're not able to be an individualist anymore. You're not able to have the quote-unquote self-love thing. You have committed yourself to wrapping your soul, your mind, your heart into King Noble Black Supremacy by any means necessary. You become a robot for King Noble Black Supremacy. That's what it means to let it all go. Our way is the way. Yes, I already talked about that. Whether your way may be the way or not, it is not our business. I said that. King Noble Black Supremacists know we are the truth. That's all we're concerned about. Where there may be other groups out there who may be similar to what we're doing, or if they're doing it properly, we don't really get too much into that. We want the best for all black people and black people who are on the ascension. That's it. We just care about our own. We support black people who take control of their black mind. If you're on that path, fantastic. Let's see. We only have the authority to say our way is the way. True. That's a fact. We can't authorize anyone besides us. We recruit like minds and like energy and frequency. That's a fact. Why we can't teach self-love or individualism to the highest degree. We can't afford it right now. So once we establish black kingship, black rulership, maybe we'd be able to do that. But we cannot afford any more distractions against white supremacy. We don't concern ourselves with fitting inside their world and whatnot. We do what we can to rip away from that. Why it doesn't matter how we look to other people. The other people could say we still in the matrix. We don't give a fuck. What we give a fuck about is the sincerity of our own hearts and our own path and what we are doing, because we are we are confident. We do not have any insecurities. I'm almost done here. I'm actually excited, man, because it seemed like it took me a while to get information out. It took 32 minutes with one of my other videos, and I'm like, I still ain't said what I had to say, but this video is going to end very soon. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's long. I guess y'all really want to hear what I gotta say. It's in brick that the woke is in the same seat and as the enemy because of how they think. That's a whole fact. So getting rid of the white mind establishes whether you are awoke or if you are asleep. You know, we feel like just because we're in black divinity and there's certain things in white supremacy that appeals to us, we think we should hold on to it. Now, if you want to rip away from that completely, you must diminish everything, whether you like it or do not like it, until black rulership, black kingship is set in place. Then maybe, you know what I'm saying? And even then, it's skeptical, because that was used for them to establish control. So we have to think about that very deeply and very carefully. Because as of right now, hell the fuck no. We must embrace that which is outside of their world. That's a whole fact. Like I said, cultures outside of King Noble Black supremacy, they may be established in their world. We don't know, but we also don't care. What we care about is continuing to establish diminishing the white mind out of ourselves and our people, who won't fight us for doing so or helping them to achieve that goal. How our ancestors through slavery being radical revolutionary, I already talked about that. How that's how we freed ourselves, by taking our freedom, not asking for it. Right now, the common thought is for us to ask for it or they'll eventually come around. That's one thing I wanted to talk about in one of King Noble's videos. If you become a King Noble-aholic, or you're familiar with his older content, he actually shows what happens before food gets to our plates. If you ate meat, they cut part of the beak, the chicken's beak. It reminds you of slavery. It's still slavery, so it's not like they're doing anything new, okay? They are still monsters, man. They are still monsters. I don't know. I'll be more than happy to provide you with a link if you're interested, but the fact of what they do before meat gets to your plate is absolutely disgusting, because our ancestors went through that. So I just wanted to bring that up real quick. This video is not for to really talk about that, but these people didn't change. So there's not a reason for us to be comfortable. Why, you know? Lord have mercy. That really bothers me, you know? It really, really bothers me. Let's see. Yeah, I talked about how we rebelled and how we were trying to formulate our own culture through slang and through the way we talk and facial expressions and how we dress. We were pushing to create our own culture. It may have not been at our highest functioning capacity, but we were definitely trying to incorporate culture. King Noble Black Supremacy just asks you to think a little further out the box, and we are doing that. And those who are aligned with that same mentality and same frame of thought, come home. We're here. Let's see. King Noble Black Supremacy have to tighten up on our path, just like I did. Things that I needed to become stronger in, the universe said, "Here, bitch." So I had no choice, you know. Yes, we can potentially express King Noble Black Supremacy in our own way, but we must assure we have lost our white mind. Absolutely. What I think about when people obsess over cults. Cult is culture, and it's okay to have several cultures as long as the white mind is diminished. I'm repeating myself, but it's okay. It's well worth it. Y'all really need to hear this shit. Are y'all still scared to run away from slavery or start your own reality, or both? Yeah or nah? But that pretty much concludes it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Peace, love, light, and King Noble Black Supremacy.